And just to confirm that we have all our speakers ready of the week. This is IEEE Startup Week Kenya. We'll be having this session from today up to Friday. And I hope everyone can see my screen. A brief intro of what IEEE Startup Week is all about. This is an initiative under the IEEE Region 8 Entrepreneurship Initiative. And just to recognize the core team behind all these organization is we have the IEEE YP section. I hope Chaltu, she's there, just to say hi. Chaltu?
Hello, Kitinji. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Maybe you can do a brief intro, and because I haven't seen any other member who has joined.
Okay. So thank you, Kitinji, for the invite. I hope everyone can hear me well. My name is Chaltu Marta. I'm the publicity and branding lead for IEEE YP Kenya. As Kitinji has said, we'll be having the IEEE Startup Week this week from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. from Monday to Friday. And then we're looking to close off with a session for our members, a get together. So we're also looking forward to that. But for everyone here today, thank you so much for joining us, for giving us your time. And for the speakers, we are looking forward to an informative session. We've seen your profiles, we've seen the kind of works you're doing. So I believe all of us are here to learn a thing or two, and we'll be able to do that at the end of the day. So thank you so much all, and karibuni.
Okay, thank you very much, Chaltu. So on behalf of the entire team, my name is Kitinji Muriungi, and I'm the chair of the IEEE YP Kenyan section, year 2020 to 2021. And I'm also the lead ambassador for the IEEE Region 8 Entrepreneurship Initiative this year. So this event is hosted courtesy of IEEE Region 8 Entrepreneurship Initiative. And apart from that, under the IEEE YP Kenyan section, we serve with 5 members, or rather 5 officers. That is myself, and then we have Dr. Amos Kirongo Chege, who is the vice chair, and then we have Chaltu Mada, who has just introduced herself. We have Nicholas Kabingu. I don't know if he has joined, but in case he hasn't, we will do the intro later. And then we have Nashon Maina. He might not be joining us today because she has family matters that he's attending to. And I hope that everything will go well with him. And special thanks to Felix Shadrach, who has been doing amazing work into publicity. We have seen all that work that has been done to designing and everything. So I felt it's really important to mention what Felix Shadrach has done for the entire of the section, and also to make this event a success. So generally, this is a base of a program that will be following. We will have an intro today, and also a kind of an entrepreneurship 101 session. We named this entrepreneurship 101, but it's basically to have a feel of what entrepreneurs have achieved and what they have really been able to do out there. Tomorrow we'll have a session with Brian and also Oliver Mandila in matters to business planning, organizational structure and such. And then on Wednesday, we'll do things to do with funding opportunities and financial management. And here we had an opportunity to bring in a financial investor and also a kind of an angel investor, so that he comes and tells us exactly what they do in terms of funding startups. More importantly, we have a speaker from Nigeria. It's an honor for us to have a speaker from Nigeria talking to us about funding opportunities. I understand that he has been able to raise a couple of $1 million with his startup. And then on Thursday, we'll do things that normally we take for granted, and that is branding, publicity, and marketing. And that is where every money and every dollar really comes from. And this is more or less like the face of the service, the product, or the company that you have. And on Friday, we'll finish it up by the pitch. And I would like to appreciate all those startups who have been able to register for the startup pitch day on Friday. And then, as Chaltu has mentioned, we'll have the final closing day on this will be kind of an outdoor event where those guys in Nairobi will join and celebrate as we close up the year. Just remember, Mohammed will mention these among others. Like, our core goal here is to have 3 teams and present them to the Region 8, where they will go head on with the rest of the team. And of course, we hope to see the winners. If we get a winner from Kenyan section, we'll be very happy for that. And now let's dive deep into our today's session. That was just a brief intro. I know we put all these into an hour session, but I hope that 1 hour will be fruitful and will really make the whole entire difference. So for the sake of time and everything else, I won't do much intro to Mohammed, but just to mention a few. Mohammed is the team lead of IEEE Region 8 Initiative and the CEO and co-founder of several, not only Innov Ideas LLC Egypt. Apart from that, Mohammed is has done quite much in terms of volunteering, especially in IEEE Region 8 and IEEE Young Professionals. So as I welcome Mohammed, let's all of us try to get the best we can as we prepare for the entire week full of engagements. So welcome, Mohammed. And the next speaker will be Janati, and then we'll go to Anthony Mutungu in that order. So welcome, Mohammed. I give you the privilege to share your presentation.
Hi, guys. Thank you very much for this invitation. I would like to thank the Kenya section and the Kenya YP for doing this great effort. Let's start with sharing screen. Please, anyone confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes, it's visible, Mohammed. We can see your screen.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, first of all, I would like to thank you guys for doing this. I hope for you a great week, actually. I'm really happy to hear all this interesting speaker list on your brochure, and especially when you talked about them, especially that you are getting speakers from covering all the topics of entrepreneurship, even in the investor scale. So this is great to have an angel investor also here. Let me give you a brief about what's Region 8 Entrepreneurship Initiative. This idea started in 2018 all over the region. What is it? It's a collaboration between the IEEE Region 8 Young Professional Committee and the PEA Committee. And the goal is having a strength of young entrepreneurs through the IEEE. You know, the IEEE, it's the biggest thing for technology ever as an organization, but it has to do, nowadays, everything is about tech entrepreneurship. Everyone is having a mobile application, gadgets, everything, technology is embedded in everything in our lives. So we need to get more entrepreneurs on board and to provide mentorship and to have a platform for a competition. This was the goals. We have 4 programs. We have the mentorship program, which is a program that help if you are a startup and you need any help, any networking, we can do it for you. The other one is Talkspreneur. Talkspreneur is the sessions that take place on the internet from all over the region. We use the diversity of the region because, you know, Africa, Middle East, and Europe have a lot of diversity. So we get success stories and investors and people all over this region and they share their experience. You will find a lot of videos on our YouTube channel and Facebook channel. It go live and then it's recorded. The third thing is the IEEE Region 8 Entrepreneurship Week, which is an annual local event. This is what is the IEEE Region 8 Entrepreneurship Week in Kenya, where actually it's great that the organizers and the volunteers, IEEE volunteers, are taking it whole week, not only 1 or 2 days. And this is a great effort for you guys. You are doing a great work. Thank you for this. And the last thing is the IEEE Pitch. As he just mentioned, the winners from the local competition, we get 3 winners. These 3 winners are qualified for the region competition. And then the regional competition, which is called the IEEE Pitch, take the winners and they have their prize there. I'm proud to be among this group. We are like 8 people on the team, different countries from all over the region. So some statistics, what happened last year in the same period of time in November and December period of the month of 2019, we had 130 ambassadors and we have more than 20 countries. And these were the best ambassadors of last year. We have more than 25 events on 20 countries. And as you see, the diversity between Croatia, Russia, Tunisia, Cameroon, Sudan, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, and other countries. These are the Talkspreneur, which is the sessions that I was just telling you about. We also do discounts through courses and through platforms that help us in the entrepreneurship. So you can find like we provide our startups or the ecosystems or the ambassadors with always links for discounts for events and discounts for courses. And now we are in the Region 8 Entrepreneurship Week, Kenya 2020. And this is your plan, guys. You did a great work actually doing this. And it's my pleasure to be here. I wouldn't take too much. I know I have a limited number of minutes left, but I will get you through what's entrepreneurship or what's the startups. I heard now the program, and you will be taking each and every like 2 or 3 slides I will be talking about now on the Entrepreneurship 101 session. You will be taking it in a whole session in the coming few days. So generally, what a startup is that people think that you will be the next Mark or you Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. And actually, this is a very good dream, and we are happy to have this. Another people think that startups is money. You will be the next billionaire, you have a lot of money, you will be the next investor, you will have too much money. But actually, it's not only this. Startups or being an entrepreneur, it's not the only way to get money. Actually, it's very hard to do this. And the other way, it's not the easiest way to be famous. You can be famous or you can be an influencer, I think, through a lot of platforms nowadays. So this is not the path. But let's start. What is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship, mainly, it's an entrepreneur. It's a human institution designed to deliver a new product or a service under a condition of extreme uncertainty. The problem, or what differs entrepreneurship than anything else, is the uncertainty. You are having a lot of risk. Actually, the word entrepreneur is a French word which means risk taker. So you are a risk taker in the early beginning. Let me tell you something. It's not there, but you need to know it, that startups are hard, are really hard actually. And it's life shortening, always under stress. As an entrepreneur, you are always under stress. I feel like people, oh, this is very bad. I don't want to hear to this. But actually, this is what happened, that it's very hard. It's not easy to go through it. And 90% of the startups actually fail. But actually, what is good or what make you a bit motivated, that there's 10% who succeed. So the question is how I could start. A lot of people say that you need to have a great idea to be a great entrepreneur. And the idea is the real treasure, and the idea is the main profit. Actually, I have a lot about this. I don't agree a lot about it, because ideas are worthless without implementation. So you can't blame that you have the greatest idea ever and you know everything and you have the idea that will change the world. But actually, if you don't have a good implementation, you are not doing anything, okay? So idea without execution, you are doing nothing. Believe me, a lot of people have ideas and they are worthless. So please, if you are just having an idea, just think that you need to develop it. It's an idea only don't sell. Just implementation sell. And also don't have the idea that, guys, I have the idea that will change the world, and I wouldn't say it to anybody. I will save it to myself, because this is the idea that I will have millions and millions of it. And actually, this is not true also. To have millions or to do business, just say it. Don't be afraid that people will steal your idea. If they steal it, even without implementation, it wouldn't be the same. So no one will implement it as the founder will do. The second thing, when you have the idea or you want to get a good idea, start with the why. People would like to hear the why you are doing this. It's not about the what, not about the how, it's about the why. So don't start like, I will do an application, and this application I will write it using JavaScript. I will do a database. You're going deep technical. This is how you will do it, or how you will connect it, the supermarket with the application, or the Uber, or whatever you will be doing from technology. Start why you are doing this. People would like to hear why you are doing this. I'm doing this to solve the problem. I'm doing this to innovate on a preset solution. We have a solution and we need to innovate it. I'm doing this to minimize the time, to make things quicker, to make people's life easier. Okay, this is the what people would like to hear. Believe me, they don't want to hear what or how. They don't care even to know it. They just need to know why this application or how it will help me. People, put yourself in their shoes. Please tell them what's in it for them. They need to know this. So the first thing is the idea. To have an idea, you need to look to problems, focus. You are not a one-stop shop. So when you are developing an idea, focus on finding solution for one product, okay, or for one service, or for a big problem. Just don't put an add-ons. For example, you are doing an application to connect people, or it's an e-commerce between for supermarkets, for example, okay, and you are selling some product. It doesn't make any sense to make a chat between users. We are not on a social media. There is no place to make stories, because people will not be there on an e-commerce platform to share stories like Instagram. So just focus on the problem, focus on one solution, be clear and be solid. Second part is do a market research. Do a market research in your region, in your city, in your neighborhood, in your country, or the region, and globally, actually. Sometimes you need to know what's your idea, is it implemented outside your region or not. 99% you will find your idea or similar to it, so you need to learn how they develop it, what's the weaknesses there, because you need to learn from their stories, so you don't start from the early beginning, okay? So the second point, after you have a market research, you need to know your edge. Your edge is your unique selling point, or you can name it your difference, whatever you will name it. You need to have a competitive edge. What's different from other application or other competitors? The second point is customer base. Who is your customer? And then think about the STP, which is the segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Who are your segment for this service or product? How you will be targeting them, and what's the position? What's the first thing that will get to your mind when you hear your brand, your product? What's the first thing? It's super cheap, it's super expensive, it's very bad quality, it's an elite quality, it's perfect. This is the positioning of your product. Then you will move with a marketing mix, which is the price and place and promotion and people. Always know that marketing and sales are very important, and don't believe it's very easy, because as your friend mentioned in the introduction, that the branding and the marketing, people think it's very easy, but actually, if it was very easy, the multinationals or the big companies wouldn't do sales, because it's easy, I'm a multinational, everyone will buy my stuff. But actually, this is not the case. So it's harder, even harder for startup. You need to have a good plan, and you need to know how to implement it in the very optimum way. If you don't get profits, it's not business. You are an NGO, you are a philanthropy, but you are not in a business. A business, even if the idea is very interesting, even the people are happy with it, if you don't get cash at the end of the month or end of the year, you are not doing business. So please do a good feasibility study. Second point is your team. Choosing your co-founder is one of the main pillars for a successful story. Your co-founders are the real investment, because especially in startup, you don't have too much money at the beginning as a capital. So you always have the power of the passion of the co-founders, and then choosing the first team and the partners and the suppliers are very also hard. You need to pick them very well, because these are the people who will build the success story with you. You will be talking about the business model canvas in the next period. You will know a lot about it in the next period. And I will talk about it very briefly. This is the BMC, or the business model canvas, is the conclusion. After you have an idea, after you're doing a market research, you need to write down everything on a piece of white paper. This piece of paper is called the business model canvas. Actually, it's 9 blocks, as you can see it. It's divided 2 parts. Okay, so the green part is how people see you as a startup from a customer perspective. The blue part is what you are doing. Okay. When you are filling the business model canvas, the easiest way is to move with this numbering. So the first block you will be filling is the value proposition, and then the customers, number 2. There's another canvas called the value proposition canvas. I recommend also to fill this before you go and write it down in the BMC, which is the business model canvas. So in number 1 is you all list all the product and service you will be providing. And in number 2, you put the STP, which is the segmentation of your customer jobs, okay, and personas. So you get the marketing persona for each and every person you will be selling your product. And then you go back and forth between the 2 diagrams to put gains and gain creator and pains and pain relief. We said that the idea always solve a problem. So the customer pain, which is the problem, and you will be giving the pain relief for it. And also, it's very good to have a new idea, which is the innovation of you, which is the gains. You are creating new gains, and he will be happy with the gains you are be delivering. Okay, let's go back. So we fill the value proposition and the customer. Then we go with the channels. What is the channels? This your service will reach out to the customer. Is it online? Is it offline? Is it in the supermarket? Is it in the shelf? Where's your product will be available for the customer. Number 4, which is the customer relationship, how you'll be having a good relation with the customer himself or herself. If there is a feedback, if there is a call center, if there is an online platform that people will be giving you feedback and testimonials, writing testimonials, you'll be giving discounts. If there is a complaint, how you will be solving it. Number 5, which is the revenue streams. So here you write every place you get money. Try to do a lot of streams. You can't depend on one stream. You need to have different streams in the same startup, even if you have only one product. So you can sell it with the different packages or a basic subscription and an add-ons, which is another revenue streams. And also you can do maintenance, for example, which is another revenue stream, that it's an ongoing revenue stream. So this is from 1 to 5. When you go back to the left part of the chart, which is 6, 7, and 8, and 9, this is how you're operating inside your company, which is the key resources and the key activities. Your resources is the team, is the place, is the location you are there. Write down all the key resources here. Also the key activities, what you are doing on, what's your key activities, the main activities that your company will be working in. Number 8 is the key partners. Who are your partners, your suppliers, your main people, not only the co-founders, but you need to have third parties that will be delivering your work. So number 8 is the key partner. Number 9 is the cost structure, which is every single details about the cost. There is a fixed cost, there is a capital in the beginning, there will be fixed asset, also any liquidification you will be having it. You need to write it in the cost structures in detail. By finishing this, you are having almost a good feasibility study and marketing plan when you write it all. I think you will be taking this in details in another session, not to take a lot from the beginning of the talk. Here's an example about the business model canvas when it's applying for Uber. Uber is it's like a taxi with a mobile. I'm not sure if you are familiar with it or not. So mainly, this is how you will see it. Their value proposition, their prices are lower than the normal taxi, and it's easy to get it from a mobile application. You don't need to wait. And this is the why. The value proposition, do you remember I talked about the why you are doing this. Why you are doing this Uber or a platform, because you need to make people happy. You would like to make people pay less and not to wait for a taxi and just by a click from their mobile. Here are the customers, how they will be having good channels. So it's a geographically, and it's ordering through the application online. The customer, they are having feedbacks and discounts and ratings for the riders and for the drivers. The revenue, they have 20% of any transaction, and actually they have multiple in the peak. They increase the fee. Okay, if you go to the resources are mainly the global press and the team and the platform and the mobile application. The activities is developing the application and finishing the legal papers. Who are the key partners? The main people who will make this company is the drivers. So the drivers and the recruiters of the drivers in each and every location are the main key partners here. And the cost is the developing of the app, the cost of the new cities, the free rides, the compensation, and any support, the call center. Okay, so I have an idea and I have a team and I have great, and I would like to have some money to start. These are ideas for places you get money, which is shareholders. People are co-founders with you, from loans, from banks, from investors, and you are having an angel investor in your week in Kenya, which is a great thing. You hear from him who this investor or angel investor will invest. Okay, you need to know how he think, how he choose the startup, how he figure that this startup I will be investing and this startup not. This also you can find some organizations that give seed funding. Also, there's a lot of competitions and grants like the one here, which is the IEEE Pitch. It's a competition, you have a winner at the end and you take a prize. There's always like crowdfunding, and also there's incubators and accelerators. I know there you have Hivos and a lot of incubators and accelerators in Kenya. Build a prototype. This is a prototype. So a prototype or an MVP, it's the smallest scale from the same app, but it delivers the same thing. If you are getting a car, you are delivering a person from point A to point B. So a prototype can be a scooter, but also delivering from point A to point B. But the problem that you think about, it's not about the first example, having a wheel and then the second wheel and then the frame. No, I need the MVP. Even if it's a prototype and a very small, I can use it and give me the same functionalities of the big platform when it's finished on a smaller scale. I will give you a few tips and I will go. I know I'm always exceeding my time, but I will try to run. So this is how the path goes. You get an inspiration. The inspiration give you an idea. The idea, you build a concept. You discuss it with your friends. You discuss it with people. If they like it, okay, complete. If not, you are on wrong track. If they like it, go to the next step, which is, okay, let's have a prototype, an MVP. Then if you need money, either you will be investing as shareholders, as a bootstrapper, or you need funding, you go and get money from investors. To get an investor, you need to have a business plan, which is the BMC, which is the business model canvas. To do a good business model canvas, you need to go to the value proposition canvas and the marketing plan. These are the stages for a startup. There's formation. Formation, you are getting the idea, the concept, the commitment. You are getting the co-founders, getting the team on board. Why you are doing this? You have a mission and a vision and strategy. Then you go for the validation, which is a lean startup. You need to have an MVP, a small MVP, and then go to the market, validate it, and go back. It's a continuous loop of feedback and getting back, working on your idea and getting it more developed. Okay. Then you are getting to a growth stage. You are needing scaling up. You are needing more money to invest, and it will goes up. There is no linear path. There is no easy equation for getting a startup to be big or an exit with millions of dollars. It's always hard, as I said in the beginning, but you need to know that a lot of people have successful stories. So what you need to know or to plan, what if we have a success or succeed? Because especially if you fail, it's easy. If you fail, you start from the beginning and get back one and one again and again. But when you are having a good success, all the co-founders need to be aligned. What we'll be doing? Are we reinvesting again? Are we getting things bigger? Are we having problems? And we will be dividing the money. We need to think about what's the next step. Hopefully, I didn't take too much time from your orientation and opening. Hope you get some glimpse about what entrepreneurship is. It's a brief 101 introduction. Hopefully, you can follow us on the IEEE Region 8 page, Entrepreneurship. And if you have any ideas, you can or questions, reach out to the team at startups@IEEE.org. And also the YouTube channel, you can find a lot of videos for you. I think I'm done. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, I'm totally in with it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Can you, if you have any questions, can you write down?
Thank you very much, Mohammed. I think for the interest of time, we are bit late because we have two more speakers and we were hoping that by in an hour time we'll be done. So maybe they can keep sharing the questions, and then if we get some more minutes later, we can respond into them.
Actually, so, you can give them
for the interest of time. I think it's now time to invite our second speaker. That is Janati.
Thank you very much, Kithinji. I hope you're audible.
Since Mohammed has agreed, we'll share the his presentation with all the participants. So make sure you register so that you can get the presentation later. So Janati, welcome, and you are free to share your screen with us. And Janati, you will have 20 minutes so that we have 20 minutes for the other speaker, and maybe if the time allows, we can do question and answer, all of them combined. Janati, are you?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Perfect. I can see your screen. It's loading. Yes, we are good to go. Proceed.
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with you at this Startup Week. I hope you can all see my screen.
Yes, it's visible. It's visible. Yeah.
Okay. My name is Janati Nachimera. I am the Social Impact Liaison on the 2020 IEEE Entrepreneurship Steering Committee. I'm also the co-founder of Solar Net Metering Uganda Limited. And I'd like to share about the work that I'm doing and also about my journey to being an entrepreneur. Okay, I'm trying to... Right, so briefly about myself. Like I said before, I'm the Social Impact Liaison of the IEEE Entrepreneurship Committee. I'm also treasurer of IEEE Uganda section. There's some noise in the audio. Yes, I can. I don't know if... Is it okay now? Seems to be okay. All right, and I'm also the co-founder of Solar Net Metering Uganda, a company.
Yeah, you can proceed.
Okay, thank you very much. So I also co-founded a company in January last year. And basically, I started the company with a group of friends after noticing that there was a lack of electricity in the rural community in Uganda. So I looked at providing a solution such as clean energy in terms of solar energy to the households in the rural community. And my idea I was also part of the applicants of the 2018 GSTIC video pitch competition. I'll talk more about this later on in the presentation, of which I won in the ideation category, and I've been able to judge the pitch competition in 2019 as well as 2020. So how did I become an entrepreneur? After attending the workshop in Kigali, Rwanda in 2018, there was a call to participate in the GSTIC video pitch competitions in September that year. And we were a team of 5 people, and I was their leader. So we submitted our application, and I was able to win in the ideation category, and I traveled to present my pitch in Brussels. Later on, I returned and I registered the company in January 2019, Solar Net Metering Uganda Limited. And since then, I've been doing a lot of work, reaching out to the people in the at the grassroots level and getting familiar with the work that I'm supposed to do and connecting with the right people that should help me scale up. So I've also been doing a lot of work as a volunteer, speaking at the different conferences, and just sharing about my progress. And basically, because starting a company when you've not started one before is not something that would come easy for most people. It's usually challenging, and it was challenging for me as well. But over time, through interacting more with the IEEE entrepreneurship community and getting onto that platform to be mentored and to now become a mentor, it has become easier along the way. And I've been able to speak at a few conferences. And in 2019, last year, I was also the IEEE Region 8 Entrepreneurship Ambassador, and I organized an event in Kampala. And there were so many people that we reached out to. And this was done in the spirit of enabling people who are passionate about entrepreneurship to come be with us, to network, to share more about it, and to give like tech expert advice, to give legal expert advice, to give more knowledge on intellectual property and things like that, because these are some of the things that people don't take seriously when they're starting up, but eventually it needs, you would find that it's something that's very important as you go along. And I've also judged, there's a pitch competition that I'll talk about. I've judged the GSTIC 2019 video pitch competition. And I also judged it this year as the lead judge. And last month, I participated in the Icody Youth Challenge. And our team won the challenge. I'll talk about that as well. And I've been engaged in a lot of mentorship and trainings. So the video pitch competition at GSTIC is, GSTIC in full is the Global Science, Technology and Innovation Conferences, and it's an annual event that takes place in Brussels. We had one virtually this year because of the impact of the pandemic. And the GSTIC is basically a conference that focuses on breakthrough innovations in line with the SDGs. And the competition is organized by the IEEE Entrepreneurship, IEEE Hack, and United Nations Major Group on Children and Youth, UNMGCY. And the judging is based on the criteria that's innovation, product, market, diverse teams, and traction. And we received about 70 applications this year. So this year alone, we received 70 applications, and we got 2 winners in the 2 categories. And the winner in the product ideation category is somebody from Colombia called Juan Jose Bustamante. He is the co-founder of an organization called Tire Grid that has developed a sustainable engineering solution for the final disposal of tire waste. And this was actually a project from his final year. It was like a final year assignment, sorry. It was one of the final year assignments that he had. And they've been able to develop a company and scale up. And one of the winners in the startup category is somebody called Ieee Bello Aliyu from Nigeria. He is the CEO of myclinic.ng. And MyClinic has developed a platform to enable users get online consultation from qualified doctors on demand. So these are some of the innovations that we have had this year. And IEEE Entrepreneurship has been a part of the GISTIC event for a long time, and these are pictures that were taken at the event. And we've been doing a lot of work in line with promoting entrepreneurship trainings and mentorship, as well as networking with people in line with entrepreneurship. Okay, another thing I'd like to talk about is the Icody Youth Challenge that I participated in last month. So the Icody in full is the International Center of Digital Innovation Youth Challenge, which was launched in June 2020. And it was launched to contribute to the ITU's initiative to accelerate youth engagement and empowerment, to reduce the digital divide. And basically, there was a challenge question given to us, which is how do you connect with the youth who are not connected, the unconnected youth in the community? And each one of us, there were 7 groups, and each one of us had to give a solution to that challenge, how to connect with the unconnected youth. And our team presented an idea of reaching out to the youth in the community and organizing a pitch competition annually, where the youth can present their solutions to that same challenge from the different communities. And we can get leaders, the best pitch can win. We can get leaders from that pitch competition, and they can engage more with the ITU and do projects in their communities, and they can be mentored by us. And this can solve the challenge of connecting with the unconnected youth, because you see that in the event of the pandemic this year, there was lack of access to the internet in most places, especially in the rural communities. So because of that, people living in those areas could not especially the students, they faced a challenge of progressing with their academics because they could not reach out to their teachers and students. So having to reduce the digital divide is something that's a challenge, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. So this is one of the challenges that I took part in this year, and our team won the challenge. Okay. So in light with given the fact that this is I wouldn't like to take a lot of time, but given the fact that I'm an entrepreneur and this is a startup competition, I'd like to encourage entrepreneurs out there who are starting up, or those who would like to venture into it, to take the initiative and get started. It's important to start from where you are with what you have, and to make sure that you grow your business. Like Mohammed mentioned earlier, if you have a great idea, but you've not started or you're not working on it, then you're not doing anything about it. It's a great idea, it's just that. And if you don't start, some other person might start and take all the rights. And I don't know what's happening to. Oh. Okay, and if you don't start, another person might start and continue working on it, and you might regret in the end. So being an entrepreneur is a job title. I would like to leave this quote here, that being an entrepreneur isn't just a job title, and it isn't about starting a company, it's a state of mind. So I'd like to encourage each one of us to get started and be passionate about entrepreneurship. I hope to share more with you as we go along. And I thank you so much for inviting me to share at the Startup Week today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Janati. I think now, for those who are seeing your name appearing on the judges panel on Friday, they now have a clear idea into the kind of experience and the kind of exposure that having been able to win such kind of awards on a global level, I think you will really sharpen the kind of startups that we'll be having on Friday in a manner that they can also be able to win in the IEEE Region 8. Yeah. So before we jump into our next speaker, I think it's really an honor to appreciate other speakers that are amongst ourselves. We have Brian Nyagol, who will be speaking on. We have Dr. Shege, who is also the vice chair of IEEE Young Professionals here in Kenya, and he will also be a judge on Friday. He has amazing work that he has been doing in Meru University. Mohammed Delal, who has shared with us. We have Oliver Mandela from PwC, and he will also be sharing together with Brian Nyagol on Wednesday. And so we have so many other speakers, some who have joined, some who have not joined, but it's really an honor having the speakers who will be presenting on Wednesday attending today's session. It's really an honor. So let's put our hands together as we welcome Anthony Mutungu. So he's the CEO and the founder of Totosai, among other good work that he's doing. And most importantly, we thought with the team, with the organizers, we thought it's really important to have two of the top speakers in IEEE entrepreneurship sharing first, so that we get to know what kind of event are we putting ourselves into. And then after getting the presentation from them, now we go deeper into speakers that are outside IEEE, so that we get to know what else is happening outside IEEE and what kind of startups and CEOs and founders that we have outside IEEE. Why Mudungu, Anthony couldn't come any other time better than being the last speaker of the day to close the session. So welcome, Mutungu, and it's really an honor to have you. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Can you see everyone see my screen?
You have 20 minutes.
Okay. Basically, I hope everyone can see my screen. My name is Anthony Mudungu. I'm an entrepreneur and an innovator. And basically, my story is a very special story, basically, because I joined campus back in 2013, and then I did my first semester, and then I thought I was so much into entrepreneurship, and then I just deferred from just semester one, first year, just started doing my own stuff, building solutions, innovations. Then I went back, and then to cut the story short, during my university studies, I have deferred for 4 years. And so that's why I've been able to do some few stuff via in and out. And also it has made me to do some innovations that have made me to be recognized. For instance, in 2018, I was awarded among top 40 under 40 years men. The same 2018, I was also awarded by Nacosti as the face of Kenyan science. And 2019, I was awarded among top 100 Kenyans. Basically, what I made me to do that is that I have been innovating in the area of disability. So I've been building solutions for people with disabilities, that's including now the visually impaired people. I know some of you knows about a product I built called Alex Cane. This was a pure artificial intelligence cane that could alert now could provide location for visually impaired using Google, and could also recognize objects for visually impaired person. So this visually impaired person, what he or she just needed is to communicate with a cane. Hey, I want to go to Westlands. How far is it from here to Westlands? So the cane, those people doing AI know about natural language processing and text to voice recognition. So it will recognize now the voice to text, and then check via the net and tell the guy it's 6 kilometers from here. So it used to communicate until when I went to Kenya Society for the Blind to present to them. And that's when I also came to know that we have people who are blind and deaf. So I have a very good product. However, I was selling it to deaf people. So I saw like voice is not making more, adding any value. Also, I noted something about the same product is that the product is speaking in English, yet we have some people who don't even know Swahili. Also another challenge. So like now the issue was I was to build a solution that kind of a solution that speak a local language, which is also, you see now even the Google is struggling now to have a translation. So it had a challenge. So I decided now to move away from AI to pure IoT, whereby this product could only increase the mobility and guarantee safety of this visually impaired person. For now the product, what it can does is as a caregiver, you can just send an SMS to the product and the product will reply you with a GPS location of this person. Also, as a caregiver of this visually impaired person, what you can do is that you can restrict his movements, geofence. Like if you move beyond this point, you get an SMS that this person has gone beyond a certain limit. So this one keeps on reducing the anxiety in this caregiver person. Basically, those have done so many things. If you can just, like what I've seen in Google, you can just browse my name, Mutu Antony from Google, and then you see much of the stuff I have done. Currently, basically what we do Totosai is that we locally produce USB cables for charge and data transmission. I know among the audience, I mean 70% of you who are listening to me now, and I can guarantee you that back at your place or where you are staying, you have a damaged USB cable. Maybe it's good, but it's not working. Maybe you bought it 1 or 2 months, it's not working, or you don't know, you just have an USB cable that is not working. You just have it there. So what I did is that together with my colleagues, what we did is that I was checking on my house what I have. I have like an engineer, you have so many tools. Also, I was checking what I have and what I don't have. And this time I came across 7 damaged USB cables. There were 7 micro USB and Type-C. So then I got curious. How comes I have damaged USB cables and they all look new, but they are not working? So I thought I need to check if it's only me who have this problem. So I asked a few guys using my social media, hey, if you have a damaged USB cable, I'm buying it at 10 shillings per piece. So within 3 or 4 weeks, I had nearly 5,000 damaged USB cables. Those are just samples. So I had nearly 5,000 damaged cables. And those cables, you can, if you still again browse my name, Mutu Antony, you'll see an interview I did with the DW. You'll see where I'm showing all those damaged cables. Actually, I had so many. And then I had to tell my team, it's that now, you see guys, this is a problem. These are more than 5,000 damaged cables. We just bought them from people. And it's like a problem because myself, I had 5. So what we need to do is that we need to document each and every cable one by one. So we documented every cable, take a piece, check the problem, document. So within a period of 1,000 to 2,000 pieces, we had already seen a pattern. And then we came to know actually what makes an USB cable become faulty. And we noted some mistakes done deliberately by the manufacturer. So that you just buy it, 1 month it's done, and then you go back to the place. So we identified a mistake. And basically what I told my team, you guys, you have identified the mistake. Is this something we can rectify? And then it's something we can build. So what we decided to do is we decided to build a product. Now we call it a prototype because now we have evidence that this is a problem and it's existing because we have these cables within a few months and people are still bringing in. So we noticed some few problems with the cables that I will share with you so that you can buy our product. And then we decided now to fix this cable. And we fixed this cable, and what we did is that first of all, once we did the prototype, we decided now to check on the legal consequences of you building some solutions, because it's not just a matter of building a solution, it's also a matter of checking if maybe that solution it's allowed in your country. You might be afraid yourself you are building a solution, but there is a certain treaty that was signed in 1865 that is restricting you to come up with such solutions. So we decided to build this product, and first thing we did, because like myself, I never want to have trouble with the law, we decided now to take the product to KEBS. So we took the product to CAB for standards. The CAB checked the product, say like this product is good. You guys have to file for the application for the S mark. We did, we finished, and then what we also noted is that the Kenya Bill of Standards didn't have the standards for USB cable manufacturing stuff. So what they do, if they find themselves they don't have standard to assess your product, they give you an exemption. So what they did is they give us an exemption letter that tell us, you guys, you are doing good work, your product is good, it's working for now, we can give you S mark, but we can allow you to continue doing business. So this also goes to those innovators who are here in Kenya, who are building solutions, and you might be fearing you go to CABS and you will not be awarded an S mark. So if you have a product and the CABS don't have a set of standards, they can give you an exemption. And this goes to affect, I know the guy called Fidel, I know they have built a solution, you might go take that solution to CABS and maybe they tell you don't have standards for this. So if they don't have the standard for that, they'll give you an exemption. An exemption means you can still continue with your product, but it's not certified, it doesn't have an S mark, but it's good and you're allowed now to go and start business. So once the CABS approved our product, we then just we took the product now to Blood Kenya. Also, the Blood Kenya assessed our product and they also approved it as a made in Kenya product. And so you see that's a small journey. So you go identify a problem, build a solution, and take it now for the standards from the government bodies, and then they approve for standards, which actually they took less than 2 months. Again, there's also some kind of notion like you take something for standards, it's taking ages and years. Actually, it took us only 2 months, and actually it costed us less than 30,000 to have it gone through the CABS process and getting certified and then getting to the Blood Kenya. Basically, that's how we build a product. But in between, there are some of the challenges that came in, because you see, like the way Mohammed was talking about is these are business plan kind of stuff. So there are things that you need to know. One, he talked about the problem, which again you have seen how I explained how we came about to know about the problem, identify damaged cables, check if everyone is also having the same problem, document, and then coming up with a solution. Is that now after documenting all those problems, you came to get the pattern, and then we're able to build a solution. Again, you know the target market. We decided now to go for micro USB cables, Android smartphone, because there is this statistic that was done by Global Market Statistic that was saying by 2019, that's the last year, 89.19% of mobile phone users in Kenya have smartphone. So on all mobile phones we have in Kenya, nearly 90% are smartphone, which means all of these people are using an Android USB charger, which means now the market, it's that big for these USB cables. So we also noted like 7.55% of these people use iPhones, and not just in iPhone, it's iPhone 8. So we also decided now to be building a charger, USB chargers for iPhone 8. That's based on statistics about now the market, how big is the market. And we also noted again, there are also some people with who are not in this fraction of Android or micro USB or iPhone, but have a phone that uses a micro USB cable. So that also market followed us. So you are like saying, and we are like saying now our product has a market potential of nearly 92% of mobile phone users in Kenya use our product. And so far, we have been able now to check now the product now doing market segmentation with the different shops. We have outlets, so we are checking how it's going. And then we also now checked about now the key resources. And then we identified the key resources, which you obviously know now the key resources for an USB cable. They have both connectors and a good quality wire. So we identified those, and then we checked on the key activities. So we had now to break down every activity and then assign every person per the role. Again, the key activities will involve maybe cutting the wire, soldering, stripping, and injection machine. So basically what I'm likely to say about this building a solution, it's also good being creative, because sometimes you might find you have a solution you want to build, but you don't have the resources to buy maybe the machinery that is required. For example, we needed to build a machine for injection machine. So we never had resources to buy the injection machine. We never had resources to make an automatic soldering machine because we wanted to increase production at the lowest cost. So what we did as an engineers is that we noted like these are things that we can do. Myself, I have friends who are Chinese and very many in China. So what I did is that I talked to a few of them and asked them, maybe I want to buy this soldering machine because we wanted it to do that stuff. So I asked him, can you please go out, take a small video for me, how it's working in and out. So this guy did a very short video for me, less than 40 seconds. And within just the video, I was able to sit down with my team and tell them, guys, we don't have to buy this thing, not because that we don't want, but we don't have money. But since we want to use it to make it now so that we can be able now to build a prototype that we can take to CAPES, we have to build it. So basically, all our production machines is like we have built them locally. We have not imported any. Basically, a very simple solutions, but solving a problem. So I remember there's one that was costing us, it was called a performance test. The one from China, it was costing us, I think, 85,000. And this device, what could have done is once you make an USB cable, you don't have to insert to your phone so that you can check if it's working or not. So you just have to insert in that gadget and it tells you the cable is good, the current, the voltage, transfer speed, kind of stuff. So then I was like, telling the guys like, no, we can't import this too. We have to build this thing. So some things are just basics. And the good thing with being an engineer is, and who is creative, you just see anything basic. So like we can't import this because this is pure SAR. These are basic SAR. Just have to put materials together. And since you don't have some materials, you have to improvise and get what we can get here locally and still solve the same problem. So basically, we assembled all the materials that we did, and within few of months, we are able now to build a whole machinery. Like yesterday, we were finishing on our automatic soldering machine, semi-automatic, so you don't have to import this machine. It's costly, but it's a basic science just to have a USB cable soldered using automatically. You just need to have some conveyor belt to just align the connectors, a wire, put a solder gun on top and have some programs that tells that after every maybe 2 seconds, this thing moves, the connector moves, the solder gun move down, solder. It's a basic science. So you just have need to sit down and draw it. If the science works, now putting things together is becoming very easy. So within a short time, we were able to build a product, a solution, tested it, and have it approved. Currently now we are still now setting up, because like setting up maybe now using a kind of solar installation, you know, cost of electricity is becoming hectic. So we tend to see if you can be using the solar, but now we can guarantee you by Feb, actually you'll be using our product. Our products will be there because the cost of production of a high quality USB cable, it's relatively low because coming up to 35 bob Kenya shillings. Produce this in Kenya, this USB cable can see. And we have a recommended retail price, but this product should not go more than 100. For micro type C, should not go more than 150. An iPhone 8 pin should not go for more than 200 Kenya shillings. All these prices are written on the stickers. You don't have to buy more. And with this product, we are giving you a 3 months warranty. If you just buy the product, doesn't work, please bring it back, and then we give you another product. Also, we are giving you guys a sale, kind of a test sale. Before you just buy the product, we are giving you an option of just test the cable. If it's working, then you go with it. Or maybe you didn't have your phone to test, so where they are telling you just buy the cable, go with it at home, test at home. If it still doesn't work at home, just make sure you communicate with the person who sold to you within 24 hours, so that tomorrow, once you come tomorrow or any other time, they can be able now to change for you. So we are giving you sale and resale. And also that cable, if you go and maybe someone interfere with it, maybe mtoto, maybe a kid cut the wire or just blah, 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 don't throw it away, bring it back. Our products, we have a way of recycling them. So just bring it back. You just be required to add a small cash, because you know we buy damaged cables. So you just give you you add a small cash and then you get a new cable. And also the price we sell between, we normally sell to wholesale. We don't do direct sale one person. We just do wholesale from a price between 35 to 65 Kenya shillings. That's the price. But now you have to buy a number of pieces. We can even sell you our cable at, the cost of production of one is 35 bob. So we are even selling it the same cable at 36 shillings. We just make a profit of 1 bob, but you have to buy 100,000 pieces. So we are targeting also on the numbers. So we also like a small profit, but a big number. But for if you want to just buy 20 cables, you buy it at 65 bob. You want to buy 100,000 cables, you buy it at 36 bob. So that's also kind of thing we have seen it working. So basically, to cut the story short, it's innovation. This is something you choose. An entrepreneurship, this is something it should come from your heart. Like I have said, like I'm not a graduate. I don't have a degree yet. Actually, I finished this year. I haven't even graduated, and it's a degree I started in 2013. So I was in class and I'm like, no, me, I can't be employed by anyone. Me, I'm an entrepreneur, kind of. So just see like, if I'm an entrepreneur, I am a person to create jobs for others. So it means I don't need now to be in school. I need to defer for just 1 year, go do business, come another year. So I've been studying like just study 1 year, move out for business, come another year. That's now like that's how I've taken almost 9 years in school. So it's something it's passion. So it's something that has to come from within. So it's not like it has to be pushed. If you have that drive that you choose between what you want to do and studies, actually the studies can come after. Because now I can say I'm comfortable learning my business, it's doing well, so I can even now go back to school and finish the degree, which I did finished, but I haven't yet graduated. So it's a decision you make, and it's no harm in deferring studies if you are students. It's no harm in quitting your job, as long as you have passion, as long as you have dream, and things will all come to place. And the last and most important thing is also when you are doing all this, you need to have a mentor. So if you have a mentor, things also fall into a place. I remember one of my mentors called Professor Wajau. He's a senior lecturer at Karatina University. Actually, he's the one who brought me to Nairobi. And it was like, I told him when I was a first year, like, Prof, I'm not really like, these studies is not my thing. I need first of all to go and do business, and then I come back. So I went, he brought me to Nairobi, he got me first internship somewhere. So I was an intern somewhere, so but then I could see some fielding stuff, then I used to go back. And also met someone called Eunice Kariuki. She's a former director innovation at ICT Authority. She's also one of my mentors. She has really helped me a lot. So basically having mentors helped me to keep me on check, because I used to kind of reporting to them like, this is what I'm doing, I'm thinking this, could you please know someone who knows someone who knows someone? So that's how I came to know people. I came to know a few guys, like also one called Mr. Moleu James, is the former vice president, Kenya National Chamber of Commerce. Basically knowing him, being my mentor, he has also registered my company. My company is registered at the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce. We are registered, and that's how even things became easy for us to have a product approved at KEBS. Because when I went to KEBS, I never went to KEBS as Anthony Mudongo. I went to KEBS as the director of Totosa Limited, which is a member of Kenya National Chamber of Commerce under the Ministry of Trade and Industrialization. So actually, now, if I didn't have a mentor who knew about Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and knew about all this stuff, I could still moving around. So most important thing, get yourself a mentor, someone who knows people, who knows people, who knows people. And that's going to be great. Of which now the only problem we have currently is that some people, because not all, some people look for mentors for endorsement. It's a challenge. I want you to get me a job somewhere, get me endorsement. But if you get a mentor who is like a parent to you, I think it will be very great, and then you see things moving on their own. Also, I didn't say I've also been a member of Leaders Innovation Fellowship, courtesy of Royal Academy of Engineering. We were trained in UK, London, that's 2019. I'm a fellow of Advancing Healthcare Innovation Africa. It's for Emory University, United States. We were trained at South Africa. I'm also a fellow of Innovate Now. It's a global initiative for people with disability. I'm also a fellow of Young Entrepreneur Support. It's also another initiative for young entrepreneurs. And I think I'm also a fellow of Watson Institute Accelerator Program for US South Florida. Basically, I'm open for guys. I do mentorship. I do guide guys, and I'm open for you guys to help you where you get stuck. So you can just get in touch with me, and I think we can see how we can help each other. Anyway, I wish you all the best, and it's possible, and you can achieve what you want to achieve as long as you decide. You choose what you get what you choose. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to me.
Wow. Hey, Anto, you've really taken this session to another whole level. We are just beginning the session, and you are really pumping us with actual content. So basically, guys, I hope all of us now can see the kind of trend we are following. I don't know whose mic is open. Yeah, I think all of us now can see why we called this orientation and entrepreneurship 101. It's really kind of a big deal to have such kind of talks and such kind of sessions. I think with the interest of time, we will be sharing speakers' email and speakers' social media's accounts via email. Maybe when they submit to us, we will just do an email to you. All those who have registered, so that you can get to follow them and get to maybe engage them via mail and such kind of stuff. So at the interest of time, I will invite, I don't know if Alex Watila is here. Yes, I can see he's here. I will invite Alex Watila to do a kind of wrap up. But before that, we have a quick exercise that I want us to do, so that we give Alex a minute or two. So, so this is just a feedback. You know what how the session has been. I hope all of you can see my screen. As we wait for Alex to do a wrap up for today, kindly open this up and let's do a survey, so that we can get to know what exactly do we expect tomorrow, and how can we make our session. So I hope all of you can see my screen. Alex, you can confirm that you can.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Perfect. Before you do the wrap up, I'm asking this, all the participants at least to join to this platform. It's called menti.com, and use the code 6142409. And then it's just 2 questions. Yes, thank you very much for the person who has rated it, the first one. We'll just take 1 minute this, and then we do the second question, just to get to know if your expectations has been met as we proceed tomorrow to the next big session with Brian Nyagol and Oliver Mandela to be lit. So just 1 minute as we move to the next session. It's menti.com, and then the code is 6142409 before we close the session.
Hello, Kitenji. Could you please repeat
Yes.
the instruction from the beginning on how to
Okay,
rate
let me,
so that the members can rate?
okay, okay, let me just open the slide. Slide is visible. Everyone can see the slide, right? So just open menti.com and then put the code 6142409. And then submit. Once you submit, you will it will invite you to that page. You can do the ratings, if it's a 10, if it's a 1, and then from that you submit. Next question. The next question. IEEE Startup Week so that we get to know. You only need to so you can see currently we have a rating of 9.2, which is really good. Just one more minute. Great word time. Do you expect so that at least you get to know exactly what we are up to by tomorrow? Awesome, interesting. Mentored, what time investors. I hope Brian, Nyagol, Oliver Mandela can see the kind of expectations that people have. Get mentors. Yes, someone is saying get mentors. I hope you will get in touch with Anthony Mutungu. Very, very interesting. Learning, get mentors, coaching, financial support. Yes, we have angel investor here, and we have a guy from funding opportunities. They will tell. Yes, register so that you can do the pitch mind opening exposure. Yeah, this is really interesting. Kind. Happy for achieved for first day entrepreneurship part. Very interesting. So for our speakers who will be doing a session tomorrow, I hope now you can see what is really looking forward into learning. And at the moment we are at 9.2. So let's hope to see the same rating by tomorrow, so that we are really sure that we are really doing an awesome job. So thank you very much, guys, and we really appreciate everything that you do. So keep the rating coming and keep the with the speakers tomorrow, so that to know what rating we had today and what expectations we are expecting from them, so that as they present tomorrow, we have all of that. I will stop sharing so that I can give Alex this opportunity so that he can share the closing remarks with all of us. Alex, the floor is yours. Alex Watita, I hope you can hear me. Alex, are you there? Okay, I think for the interest of time, Nicholas Kabingu, you can do the honors of closing today's session. If you can hear me.
Thank you, Kitinji. This has been a wonderful session, a great session. Like as in, we have started off with a 9.2 rating. Although it was past time, we'll try and keep time, but it has been a very interesting and informative session, and we are looking forward to all of you attending the subsequent session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and bye-bye, guys.